on how they can use technology to better get the message of AA and particularly of general service out into our district. So I don't have a lot of slides, but I am going to actually upload this presentation into the chat. I've kind of made screenshots as I navigated through the website so that people could take this away and maybe use it as a guide. And I think we'll probably, and Angie, if I could remind you maybe to start recording, because I've gotten some feedback that people could use some help figuring out how to navigate the website.
Please.
I've already started the recording.
Thanks, Alan.
Yep.
You know, so this will be, we'll have this and we'll have the video hopefully uploaded to the website, kind of like a frequently asked questions. And you can help me at the end if you have any questions I haven't answered to add to that information. So what you're seeing now is the mission statement, if you will, from our scope, procedures, and composition document. I've kind of reworked it a little bit. So we are a general service website. You know, we're focused on general service activity. So that's our focus. That doesn't mean, however, that we're not cognizant of AA's primary purpose, which is to help stay sober and help ourselves stay sober and help other alcoholics to obtain sobriety. So we have some newcomer information, but we really are all about highlighting opportunities to get involved in general service. And we provide links to other organizations. We have the district calendar, which is a shared calendar with intergroup and central office. And we also publish district documents in a secure way. So lots of things going on with the website. Now, this is specifically about the website. So I didn't put in some of the other things that the website committee is branching out into, such as hosting district emails so that district trusted servants can not only receive email, but respond anonymously to inquiries about general service issues. We have also been supporting developing the ability to have good hybrid meetings where, such as our last business meeting. So, and you know, we also helped build the capability to for AA members to contribute to general service through the website. So I'm hoping that, I'm thinking that we're going to need to rename our committee from the website committee to the technology committee. So without further ado, I am going to close the presentation and I am going to bring up, hopefully you see my kids at a happy time. I'm going to share that because I love looking at their happy faces. And I'm going to bring up the website. So here we are at the homepage. And so we've got lots of information here on the homepage. Again, we've got information about general service. So, you know, if you don't know what general service is, you can come to the homepage and click here and get our mission, purpose, and objectives. And this includes, if you're really, still confused, I can click on this link, and if I wanted to, I could open in a new tab the actual, and it's hard to see that because I'm now, let me bring this down. It opens up the AA service manual. So this is a demonstration of how we provide links to literature and also other organizations. So if I brought that up, you could see we have actually embedded into our site the 12 steps. So anything you really want to know about general service, you can find on our homepage, including the I am responsible statement and the Declaration of Unity. Now, we have what we call a breadcrumb trail up here. So if you kind of lose your way when you're navigating through the website, you can always kind of come back up here underneath this banner and see you started on the home page, and now you're at District 4's mission, purpose, objectives, and you can click on home to get back to the original home page. The way our site is structured, when the committee was formed, we were directed to model our website look and feel on the Area 15 website. So that's why we have this gray background with the AA logo, and we have this kind of header that we've loaded pictures of our locality so you can tell that it's us. And we've got a side banner over here where this stays the same no matter what page you're on. So you can see it's got a lot of information here that we feel is very critical, and it's presented wherever you go in the website. So, and I should say, if you have any questions, I don't want to get bogged down too much and run out of time, but I would like this to be somewhat interactive. I know you're all muted, but if you have a burning desire to ask a question, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask. This also is a page, if you're wanting to get involved in general service, and that's what brings you here, you can go and look at the District 4 blog. So the blog has been one of the biggest success stories of this website, mainly because Alan is doing and Mick before him did a fabulous job of sharing what's going on in the blog. Now, this is just a tease at this particular blog. If you want to go and see the whole thing, you can continue reading. We've got the most recent blogs, and there are several pages. So if you really were interested in seeing what's been happening in the district since we went live, you could look at any one of these. You could go through all 13 pages and read these blogs. Now, it is necessary to subscribe to the blog. We don't want to be spam email that just gets broadcast out to people who aren't interested. First of all, you have to have a special settings with your internet provider, your website host, and that gets complicated. But, we do like the idea of making this available to anyone who subscribes. So all you have to do is type in your emails. Now you see both my emails, and this actually is an old email, and that's how I get, and just click on subscribe, and that's how you can get in on the District 4 blog. And if anybody on this call is not yet subscribed to the blog, I encourage you to subscribe because it's everything that's going on. And it's also a vehicle for other committees to get the word about things that are going on out. All you have to do is talk to Alan, or set up if you're a committee chair, you might be able to set you up with your own blog, and we can get the word out about what's going on in District 4. So the next most important function of our website goes back to our primary purpose. So we have a link to the AA newcomer packet. If there's an alcoholic out there that is beginning to believe they have a problem and they need AA, and they Google AA Sarasota, our website will come up in the first 5 addresses that Google will return for that. So we take that very seriously, that primary purpose. So we provide information to all of these official AA conference approved pamphlets, access to the big book, and also ways to find a meeting, whether it's in person or online or the meeting guide app. And again, all of that information is also retained in the permanent tab here, where you can get information about these same things. So that's how important it is for us to help the newcomer. Now, the same links, we're nothing if not redundant, because different people will go to different areas in a website. So the best way to get a message out is to have links to that same message in numerous places on a website. So, we can bring up the online meeting guide by opening the district where and when. And I have to kind of, get this lower again, because, and you can bring up the central office, the intergroup site or the central office, our old AASRQ, and see where the meetings are on any given day of the week, which is also a great improvement to the AASRQ website. And of course, we also have that there. So information about District 4 General Service, information for the newcomer, also updates, GSO from New York updates on COVID-19. This kind of, as we're working down the home page, we're getting to the important messages that we're putting out there. Any questions so far? I'll give you an opportunity in case somebody's shy about unmuting themselves and asking a question.
This is Vicki. Jeannie, hi.
Hi, Vicki.
Hi. I have 2. One is I've signed up for the blog not once but 3 times, and I don't get anything. Should I be getting something, or does that mean I just access it here?
You should be getting an email with a link to each blog entry. So the first thing I would suggest is check your spam or your junk folder.
Okay. Yeah, because I will do that.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing is I just plugged in AA Sarasota into my phone, because when I've done that before, I didn't get the district website, and I'm not getting it now either. I get the meetings, I get AASRQ, I get the central office, but I don't get the district website.
That's interesting. And that's Safari on your phone?
Yes, it's Safari, and I've gone all the way down to like 10, and it's not coming up.
Well,
So I just want to let you know, since you
yeah.
said it would come up. It's not.
It does work that way on Google, and I've tried it on
Okay,
other search engines, but I will take that up. Thank you for letting me know. I'll take that up with our web wizard to see if there's any way that we can configure the Safari search engine. You know, I personally have Google as a bookmark in the on my phone.
I just did Google. It didn't come up either.
That is interesting because it's the same Google that I just ran, and it came up, I think, 5th.
You said AA Sarasota, right?
Yeah, you're all. So.
Yeah, that's what I plugged in.
Or Sarasota AA.
Okay.
So central office comes up first. It actually comes up 3 times. Find recovery, and then our district.
Huh, I wonder why it doesn't on mine.
So anyway.
Okay.
Vicki, at the bottom of my my search on Google, it takes me to people also ask, but if I go below that, it has District 4 GSAA.org. I don't know.
Anybody else? And Vicki, sometimes, you know, it's a crapshoot with search engines. We'll see if we can tweak it even more.
Okay. Thank you.
So, thank you. So the next section down is more service information. So we provide a link to the GSR kit because, you know, everybody knows how important the GSR is to general service. Now, a newcomer coming in, you know, will probably not go here directly, but maybe, you know, once they've checked out the District 4 mission and they see, you know, some of the information about general service, they'll go further down and check this out. And then we also have the link to the DCM kit, you know, the 2 most important positions within general service. And of course, last, but, you know, not last, but, you know, within this section, we have our homage to Tradition 7, our contributions page, where you can use your credit card or debit card to contribute to honor the 7th tradition and contribute. We provide links to the self-support where money and spirituality mix pamphlet. If you're not a member of AA, we cannot accept your contribution. So, you know, we honor, we respect that, and we tell them why. So, you know, I don't know why we're having this anyway, but so we can submit and there's not going to be anything there. And I think we have some work to do on this part of the page, and I'll have to talk to Chris about that. But if I had, so entered yes, I would be able to proceed. I'd be able to pay the processing fee too. And I'd be able to say, is this contribution on behalf of a group? Let's say I'm a group treasurer and, you know, I don't have time. I have money in the group account, but I don't have time to go over to central office, you know, and I can get my group number and then fill out the information. So easy and appreciated if you use it. Yes, Lou, you got a question?
Yes, I've forgotten whether the district voted not to use a Venmo account. I've used this a couple times, but has anyone proposed using a Venmo account for?
Yes, we looked into it, and very few back-end processors. So on our site, Giving Fuel is the front-end processor, And there's a back end that's, you know, pretty much standard use across all of the different platforms that support this type of thing. Venmo is an option that's at the moment not offered by many back-end providers. And it would have complicated the process to use Venmo and been more expensive. So, you know, we wanted to use the least expensive option we could and still get full coverage. At least this option has multiple credit card platforms that it supports. And that was why we went with what we did. But you know what? If there's an upgrade somewhere down the road and somebody supports Venmo, I am all for enabling that, particularly if you could do it from an app. That page is a little bit cumbersome, I think, to do on a phone. Our latest survey results are right here. So, you know, that's a great thing to have. The survey that we did, we got some great responses. And if anybody's interested, you know, there's information there. So we've got coffee talks, the recordings on our YouTube channel. So if you missed a coffee talk and you want to go back and take a look at it, and this is an area where we can use help. I'm thankful that Tommy Nolan was volunteered to help out with this. Our web wizard Chris invests a lot of time in editing these videos and the audio components of them to kind of make them match up and condense them, and a ton of other things that he explained that I kind of let go in one ear and out the other. God love him. But this is an area where we could use some help, you know, processing these videos. Going further down the page, you know, how can you help your meetings become more effective? This came from Jeannie T and the Accessibilities Committee, you know, making an Zoom live transaction. So if you wanted to get information about how that works, here are the instructions. And last but not least, well, I shouldn't say last because there's a lot more, our sub-district map. Now, this is a work in progress. So I'm going to bring up the sub-district map. And right now, if I click on East Sarasota, it kind of tells you the, you know, the boundaries of it, and invites you to subscribe. We're entertaining suggestions about information to populate here. So things like maybe DCM email addresses, and we, you know, which we haven't rolled out using district accounts, but that is a possibility. Or, you know, maybe a link to the meetings, the where and when for that particular sub-district. That would take some working in partnership with Intergroup and the central office website. So, you know, this is just a placeholder, but if somebody's new to the area and they're having trouble finding meetings, they can come here and at least, you know, they've probably got the where and when because they've been to central office and they're going through all of this, and maybe they'll see the sub-district listed and they don't know which one is them. This one gives that information about, you know, at least for them, which sub-district they live in so that they can check out meetings in that sub-district. And I am getting to last but not least, the district calendar. So information about where meetings are held. This is a common calendar that we share with central office. So, I can click on this and bring up information about the particular meeting, the Zoom link, all of the information that you want to have there. And you can look at the calendar in different formats. So right now it's set up for the month. If, you're very active and you want to see what's going on this week, you can change that and see, maybe you want to find an open time at central office that you can have a meeting. So you can have it by the week, by the day. There's an agenda format, that you can look at, which this is kind of cool, actually. It really highlights and makes it easier to read what's going on. I think I'm going to leave my calendar set up that way. And then you can go forward, and backwards, to see when there's things going on that you might be interested in. So that's pretty much the homepage. We got more information down here, the helpline, the Al-Anon helpline, a few legal kind of disclaimers. But I've been talking about this now for almost half an hour and we're still on the homepage. So my point is lots of information packed in here and put in multiple times that, the events, the coffee talks, meeting information, etc. One page, lots of information. So,
Jeannie?
yes, does someone have a question?
It's Kathy. I wanted to let you know, and I don't know, this is probably not a website issue so much as it is an informational flow. But I was looking for the Current Practices Committee meeting the other day, when that would meet. And I went under committees, the Current Practices, and it has a link that says to find out the meeting time, click here, which brought me to the calendar. And I cannot find that meeting anywhere on the calendar for that committee. Now, I didn't check all the other committees, so maybe it's just Current Practices.
And I know that Jeff was talking about the Current Practices Committee meeting very recently. So I think it's probably and I don't see it. I don't even see it. Oh, that's PICPC. I don't see it on the calendar at all. So
It only meets quarterly.
oh, okay.
And I looked ahead like 3 months, June, July. I think I even looked at August, and I couldn't find it. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's on there, and I didn't see it, but I looked a couple of times.
And well, the other thing you could do, Kathy, is email the chair. But you know,
I can email Nick.
So, which I don't want to do, so I'm going to cancel that out. I don't have Outlook. And I forgot about that committee. So speaking of committees, because we've already spoken about the blog. So our committees almost mirror the committee structure of the General Service Conference in New York. And to access the page for any individual committee, you just need to come to the drop down, keep this black list open, and click on the particular committee. So I'll just kind of show how we did that again with H&I. And each committee chair basically owns their page. Chris and I, and hopefully Tommy starting soon, facilitate the publication of content on the page. but the committee controls what content they want published. In this pane, that varies based on page. Remember, the right-hand side stays the same wherever you are. So we have information about the meeting time, typically the chairperson's email, and you can see here, this enables anonymity because Janice, as the HI chair, can use this account to send emails as well as to receive it. The volunteer pamphlet, the AA corrections workbook, and where more they need some help. So if I wanted to tell you if you wanted to see what facilities, here's the help wanted. And this is also what comes up from the help wanted icon on the home page. We also drill down into, for this particular committee, which has a very high level of interaction with the outside community, we set up district emails for all of the committee coordinators to use in their service work. So, if you wanted to get involved with meetings at mothers and infants, you could get this email, and that's not going to work, but you could click on that and send an email to whoever is the coordinator of that program. And you can get information about all of the opportunities, descriptions about all of these different programs by opening up the pamphlet. So, and each committee, not going to go through each one, but it's basically the same thing. We've also got some information on central office and intergroup, but again, it's each committee basically owns what content they want to publish, and it's up to the committee to use our services to publish content on the website. So if any of you are serving on a committee that isn't really using the website much lately, we'd love to have a conversation about how we can help you get information out on the website. Moving over left to right, we have information about the different officers. So, and you can see the chair and the alternate chair have blogs. The treasurer has information about the 7th tradition. The registrar and the recording secretary don't have any sublinks, but there's information about what is the function of that particular officer. So again, for a newcomer to service who's interested but isn't sure what they want to do, this gives some general information about, what those responsibilities are, and also the email. Now, we're not the only service organization that serves this area. So we've got links to central office. We've got links to the Area 15 website, as well as neighboring districts. So, say, you're going to be visiting friends in South Sarasota or Pinellas County, and you want to hit a meeting, here are some of the websites that you can go check out. There's also the main AA.org website. And we also provide links to various service documents, the 12 concepts, the 12 steps, the 12 traditions. So, we could probably provide lots of different links here, but this is a general service oriented website, and we felt that this was really sufficient. The 12 steps are kind of included because I think the 12 steps ought to be in any AA website. Now, when we get to literature, again, we've been somewhat selective about the the literature we provide links for. So let's say I want to go see the daily reflections. You know, I can see the English version or the Spanish version. I'm not going to open that link. I think you've already seen me open a bunch of links, but that reminds me that our website is multilingual, which I wanted to mention right up front, and I totally forgot. So, you know, we have a lot of visitors from Canada. We have a lot now of immigrants from Haiti in the district. So, you know what? Their home language, their native language may be French. So, you know, we've got a French version of the website, you know, and you can see here's all of the district information. We know we have a lot of Spanish speakers in our district, and we have the wonderful Gerardo who does the translations for us. He offered, when we first put up the website, to, how shall I say this, improve the automated translation function, and I haven't had a chance to take him up on it, but hopefully it's at least good enough that it'll get the message out there. So you can see the various literature, pieces of literature that we provide links to. And if our literature committee has any different thoughts, we would love to talk with them about that. Yes, Vicki, you have a question?
Yeah, I don't know if if it would be important or not, but I was just at the central office today picking up newcomer packets, and the bookstore there is significant. And I just ordered a book from AA.org because I didn't know central office had it, and I would have rather gotten it from central office because, you know, money coming into us rather than AA.org. But I can't find anywhere where there's a list of all the materials that central office has available.
Well, you know what? That's a good point, but it would be probably better raised to Chris at central office as a suggestion for their website. You know, we do have a link to central office. You know, this will bring up, hopefully that will bring up central. Oh, that's their website. I thought that was a link to, that's just their link and location.
Yes,
but yeah, I think it.
I can bring it up to him.
Yeah, that would be what I would
Like a
suggest.
bookstore. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I know here this one will go to central office, so you know, but that's a really good suggestion, and to pass along, because you're right. I mean, wouldn't it be great if you could even order it from central office and go pick it up on their website?
Mm-hmm.
The money, you're right. Some of the money will still go to AA World Services as the publisher, but you know, central office has to lay out the money to buy it first. So you know, that would be really great.
I have to say, and this is just an interjection, that the central office board is feeling very intruded on by District 4. So we need to tread really, really lightly. Just saying, you know, they have great information on their website, and Chris is there to answer the phone for any questions. And so we need to really just go straight to the source with that and not try to help them out without really talking to them, because I've been lately by overstepping. So I'm just really gun shy about that. Not that they've been ugly in any way, but I'm just saying.
I totally agree, Angie, you know, and I get back to, you know, what's our purpose? Our purpose is to share information about general service in District 4. It's a different purpose. Our mission is different from the mission of central office or intergroup. And, you know, you're absolutely right. There are ways where we overlap, you know, simply because of our primary purpose. But we, you know, we need to stick to our purpose. So that's pretty much the literature. Yes, Tommy?
Yeah, I just wanted to make a mention that it's actually on our to-do list based on sort of an ongoing inventory, Vicki, where we are going to have all the literature listed on the website. And so that's kind of on the roadmap, if you will, that I'm aware of.
The central office website, Tommy?
That's correct. So the central office has a ton of inventory, and part of our financial, you know, rebuild, and we've got a new, you know, treasurer and a new financial subcommittee. It's a big effort. It's a manual effort. It's not just one person, but 3 different people doing manual inventory counting, from pamphlets to books to stuff that's been there for 15 years. And part of what we have to do is itemize everything we have, and then you can really say that's a true accounting for everything we have. And so it's a little bit of a tedium and a process, and it's not just Chris, but you would talk to Chris, Vicki, and he loves that idea. We all do. And obviously if we go to, you know, even more digital availability, that's coming on the curve, if you will.
All right, Tommy, I'm taking this off my to-do list to talk to Chris. So you guys have this handled.
Thanks, Tom.
That's awesome, Tommy. Thank you so much for saying that.
Good throwback, Vicki.
Yes. and we're glad to hear it.
Yeah, good.
Now, so some people may wonder, what's the difference between literature and documents? Well, documents are relevant specifically to our documentation of our activities in District 4. So if we go, you can see there's things like monthly meeting agendas and minutes, officer and committee monthly reports, the book of motions, the current practices, and the forms that are needed to change a group, to form a new group. Kathy, do you know what the group history form is? Ah, there we go. Oh, it's from the Archives Committee. This is really cool. I hadn't even seen this. So, so these are basically, now, if you wanted to go and take a look at the book of motions, that comes up and you basically can look at it without any issues. If you wanted to go to look at things like officer and committee monthly reports, this part is password protected. And so this is our secure space. We're cognizant that we have a responsibility to protect our district, and that some of these documents, particularly some of the financial reports, if they get in the wrong hands, there could be unpleasant repercussions. So, but I have to say our password is really easy. And most of the people that need to have access to it pretty much have access to it. So our last menu item contributions you've already seen. You know, again, we're not very subtle. We give you multiple ways to do important things, whether it's honoring the 7th tradition, whether it's finding meetings, getting the newcomer packet, getting information about service. You know, it's all the same link. The same link that I click on, this button and this menu item activate the exact same link, which is, you know, part of web design. We define it once and refer to it often, but you know, you never know where people are going to wander within a website. So the things that are important that you want to get out there, we make it redundant. So that's basically my walkthrough of the website. I'm going to stop sharing. If you are on a committee or have maybe some event that you know of that you would like to have published on the website, you know, please don't hesitate to contact me and we can discuss it. And, you know, if it's appropriate, we're happy to publish any information that helps bring us together. I love Angie's motto of have fun and do service. I'm paraphrasing, you know, but you know, we want to help promote social events that have a service theme. We want to get people involved. So any ideas that you have that on content that we can publish to meet that goal, we're here. Send us a note, give us a buzz. Thanks. And if you have any more questions or any comments, please feel free to speak up.
Thank you
Thanks,
so much.
Jeannie. Thank you.
Jeannie, one of the
Jeannie.
things I love is that you can.
All right, that's awesome. So just answer a question.
Whoop.
Go ahead, Vicki. Sorry.
I was just going to compliment her on one of the things I love is that you can click and you can get all the committee reports now. You just click on it and it goes right to the calendar and you can just click on them and the financial, everything is like right there. And it makes for the GSR meeting that the once a month, it makes it really easy to just go there and get everything you need.
That's great. I didn't even know you could do that, Vicki. So I'm happy that it's so easy for you to guess that.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
It's a great website. Even a dinosaur can navigate it, maybe.
Thank you, Lou. Well, I qualify as a dinosaur, so. I do think some of our younger people probably think, you know, it's a baby boomer site. You know, kids are into apps and even Facebook is like old hat for kids. But you know what? It's an important channel for communication, and you know, we got a lot of baby boomers and older down here, so you know, and the kids can find it too because they grow up learning about web stuff.
Well, it's accessible to everyone. People that are computer literate, app literate, or not, you know, and that's what I like about it, because you don't have to be a brain surgeon or whatever to navigate it.
Exactly. It needs to be easy to find what you need.
Which I think is important for the young people because they don't have the patience to be looking all over this thing. That's why I think some of your redundancies are really good. And And I'll be interested. I love listening to the youngins at the survey subcommittee talking about TikTok and how to access these kinds of things, because that sounds like a foreign language to me. I still haven't looked it up, but I plan.
Me too. But you know, all of our
We're
YouTube
waiting for your
videos.
TikTok dance, and then we can load it up.
Yeah. I'm thinking we start with our YouTube,
Like that.
Tommy. We can put that on TikTok, right?
I want to see. I want Vicky's TikTok dance. That's what's going.
That'd be good.
Is it TICK?
I think it. No, it's
Oh.
TOK.
Only
okay.
K's, no C's.
TICTOK.
No, the app is TIK, TIK, TOK.
TIK?
Yeah. Oh, Lou's got it, the moves too.
I learned them from my granddaughter. I learned them from one of my granddaughters.
Cool.
Oh, I got there. Okay, I'm going to look at it after this meeting.
So Vicky, when you go to TikTok, type in sober,
Okay.
and you'll be amazed at some of the things that come up. Some of them are good, some of them are not so good. And you can do the same thing with like Instagram. I mean, there's some really interesting things there, you know,
Yeah.
people are using.
There's going to be, you know, there's going to be misuse of any channel. You know, it's just what is, you know. But I have to say, our web wizard, Chris M, is built in really strong security. You know, to my knowledge, knock wood, we've never been hacked. You know, there are, you know, we've not been down very much, you know, and it's God sent him to us to when we were putting this together. He's really a blessing for our district.
Hey, Jeannie, can I share something that I learned last night? You know, that one of our fellow members called me and was looking for the Zoom information for tonight's meeting. And I said, well, just go to the calendar and click on the link. And I didn't realize that to get all of the Zoom information, there's a hyperlink in the name of the committee.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to click on the hyperlink to get you to the Zoom information. But what's really important is that you know, Chris has published all of the Zoom information for the committees on the calendar. So it's an easy place for you to always be able to access the information.
True. And you can always copy and paste from the little window that comes up, but you're right, clicking on the title of the meeting does open up a nice big window.
Right. And I always like to say, you can't break it, you know, just play around with it. And and you'll be amazed at the things that you'll learn.
And if you do break it, then that's something we need to address. So you have to remember what you did and get in touch with me and or Chris or Alan, and we'll follow up on that, because that's how you improve things in technology. You break them and then you figure out how you broke it, and you go back and fix it.
I'm going to be leaving the meeting. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Lou.
Thanks,
Good
Lou.
to see
Bye-bye.
you. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think oh, Angie's still there. Yeah.
But unless there are any more questions, I tried to upload the presentation but for some reason I can't upload from my my laptop. So fortunately, I know how to add content. So I will add the PDF of the presentation that I created that mirrors what I showed. I will load that to the website committee page so that anybody who's interested in how to navigate the website, or maybe I'll even load it on the homepage someplace, will be able to download it.
That's great.
Thanks, Jeannie. Awesome presentation and great website. So helpful. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Jennifer. Thank you all for the service that you do.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeannie. Yeah, great job.
They have
Great
Great job, Jeannie. Tell your friends, this is the kind of things we do at boot camp every month. So bring friends.
We'll talk it up, Angie.
Nice job. All right, guys.
nice job.
Thanks,
Jeannie.
everybody.
Nice job.
Bye.
Okay, have a great night.
Thank you so much.
Life hacks. What the heck is that? There's one other one here that's
Tips for living.
VLOGS. I'm afraid to click on any of those things. God knows what they are.
I think Mindy can give us instructions on how to do TikTok.
I think maybe I'm sticking
Oh
with.
no, I don't TikTok.
We'll have a boot camp on that next time. TikTok boot camp.
Okay, I'm gonna sign off now. Yeah, take care, everybody. Yeah,
This is
thank
probably
you.
not
Thank
gonna
you.
be-
Bye. Thank you.